Hey, good morning, team, and welcome to week 10 of operations management. So, anywho, this week we're going to talk about just-in-time management and some Six Sigma principles. But also, I want to backtrack here into chapter 11. Okay, I think we might have missed something on one of the weeks that we were not together. So, anyways, chapter 11 is on capacity. And Barrett, you mentioned something in your writing and on limiting factors. And we have to remember this term, limiting factors. And we talk about it in chapter 11. And what that means is when we're thinking about the capacity of what we are going to do, there has to be a max that we can do. So for instance, if like last week we used a car dealership, the car dealership can only handle so many cars on the lot. That's their max capacity. But we have to also think about this in the terms of people. So for instance, with that car lot, if we have one person that is in charge of doing finances when somebody needs a loan for the car, and that person is sick and needs a sick day or leaves, we have just damaged our capacity. So we have to think about that when we are thinking about our organization that we are doing. So for instance, Barrett, you're doing the helicopter school. What is the max student capacity? And there is a reason why in the helicopter school the top graduates become instructors, because they may have a difficult time hiring qualified people to teach. So we have to think about that capacity. Suzanne, for your trailer business, what would happen if your husband got sick and he couldn't do the modifications, or the person placing the orders got sick? Lauren, you deal with capacity all the time, and that's part of the frustration of being an accountant, right? April 15th, capacity is maxed, and you have to bring on temporary personnel. So that's one of the things. But we have to identify these limiting factors. With the bakery, with Melissa and Holland, if one piece of machinery goes down or requires maintenance, when is that going to occur, and how is that going to affect your capacity? So yeah, there are limiting factors in our capacity. As a teacher, we have to identify how many students we can fit into a classroom. If 24 is my max student size, I cannot accept 25. We offer classes during certain times. So for instance, if the class is required to go outside for a botany class, it may not be offered by a college in the winter. That is a limiting factor, that it has to be offered during the summer term only. And also instructor capacity. If I or whoever is the only qualified instructor to teach this course, and I can't take a sick day, that is a limiting factor. So think about that, because a lot of you guys still owe me case study 11.1 on page 297, and look at the cameras there that they are talking about, and think about how that helps them identify limiting factors. Okay? And then, anyways, this week when we meet on Thursday, we're going to talk about Six Sigma and just-in-time. So we're going to talk about DMAIC, which is define, measure, analyze, improve, control. And we'll talk about some of those measures and just-in-time inventory. I hope everybody had a good time last week. I know I did. I thought that was very good talking about inventory. And hopefully got us all back on the same page. I did some grading, so you got your grades in. I'm still missing a bunch of assignments. Get them into me, okay? Yeah, I'll see you on Thursday. Go Patriots.